What is happening, guys? It is Danny Lads 1989. Welcome back to the Hereford United career. This is episode 59. Now, the last episode, what a game against Arsenal. 2 players sent off, 2 goals in it, nobody could clinch it, but they have to come to our ground to finish off. So I'm really hoping that we can finish the second leg and get into the final. So we're going to play Arsenal as the first game, and then we actually have Arsenal again in the league. So I will sim that instead of playing Arsenal twice. I'll play Arsenal in the Cup, I'll sim the first league game, and then we will play West Ham. And then when we play West Ham away, we will play Southampton away. So those will be the 3 played games for the episode. And obviously the second game against Arsenal will be the simulated game. But we also need to finish the transfer window. Now, if you guys remember, we did actually bring in 1 new player, but we also got rid of Silva and Alphonse, and we brought in Miranda. So I'm really hoping that he will be a decent centre-back replacement for Alphonse. He was good, Alphonse, so was Silva, but they peaked at that point. And with Miranda being, is he 19? I think he is 19. So with him only being 19, plenty of room to improve. And don't forget also, guys, we are still in the process of moving Bale out of the club. He is still on the transfer list, nothing yet, and I'm really hoping to bring Thomas back in this window, as well as bringing Tyler Wall back. So if it gets down to the last couple of hours of the transfer deadline day and nothing's gone through, I might leave it until the end of the season, but I am tempted to bring Wall back in this window. So we'll see what happens with Bale, and then we'll take it from there. But for now, to the Edgar Street Stadium. Here we are then, guys, in the first played game of the episode, EFL Cup time, second leg, and it was 1-1 in the first leg, as you can see here on the screen. Every time we've played Arsenal so far, there's either been a red card involved or some sort of a nasty challenge, or we just haven't managed to break them down and get that final goal. So, well, as you can see here, Wolves and Watford still in the other side. So if we can get the second leg win and move on, Wolves or Watford in the final. Player to watch today is Odegaard. He was brilliant in the last game. He was pretty much everything going forward for them. But I'm hoping with the home advantage we can push forward and get the victory against Arsenal here. Because like we said, we haven't actually beaten them. We've either drawn with them or lost to them. We've been so close. We've made so many chances to score against them. And Amadou himself hit the crossbar in the last game when it was 1-1. So I'm hoping we've got enough in us today to get the win. Everybody's at 100%, so we're going to go gung-ho, try and get a couple of early goals and see if we can break Arsenal's back line down, and hopefully, well, see if there's another red card in this game. So anyway, as we line up, guys, Griffiths in goal, Pasleck in the right back position, Hurst and Mings in the centre back positions, and Kolasinac at left back. O'Reilly, Amadou and Gallagher in midfield together, Dembele, Aubameyang and Fernandes up top. So we are at 100%, we just need to make sure that the home advantage is in our favour and we get the victory here. There's Odegaard sprinting forward, puts that ball out wide, and Conor Gallagher has challenged him for the ball there. Hasn't quite won the ball, he used his strength and partly won the challenge but didn't win possession. They still come forward here. Arsenal keeping hold of the ball early here, so cheeky back heel round the corner to his teammate, passing the ball very quickly and intending on getting a chance early, but Hurst with a really good tackle. Dembele, here is Conor Gallagher. We've got a couple of options up front now. It's a really good tackle in midfield, and said with the heavy tackles, that's why they've had red cards every time we've played them, because they do go into these challenges very heavily and it can impact on the game. It's a decent ball through, but Tyrone Mings deals with it partially. Comes back into the box, Pasleck is there, and that's a decent interception by Amadou. Aubameyang is on his way here, and we've sent him. Can Aubameyang provide us with an early goal? Hit this as hard as I can with Aubameyang, and he certainly can provide us with an early goal. Scoring against one of his old clubs and putting us in front early here. Just what we needed. An early goal, get in front, 2-1 on aggregate. Let's go. Arsenal passing it around well in midfield, forward towards the striker, and that's a really good tackle by Amadou to win possession there. Been brilliant in midfield so far. Conor Gallagher with a nice neat pass round the corner to Amadou, on towards Kolasinac, again playing against his former club. Kolasinac provide us with a decent cross here. He whips it towards the back, towards Fernandez's head, and that's straight into the keeper's gloves. Griffiths lofting that goal kick right upfield. Hopefully Aubameyang can get on that first. He doesn't get there first, and they pick up possession in midfield here with Odegaard. Decent pass out wide, holding on to possession. We should have enough men back to be able to deal with this. Looking for runners though, and just trying to get a player in close. That's a really good turn by Odegaard to get himself some space. O'Reilly's watching him closely, and he has found a pass into the middle, trying to go around the outside. They're not rushing it here, Arsenal, but Hurst with a brilliant tackle getting involved. Here is Fernandez trying to get that around the corner to O'Reilly, but can't find his feet. He's come back in the middle towards Odegaard here, and Amadou's trying to watch him closely. Pass like got a partial tackle in, but not good enough. Odegaard around the corner to his teammate. He's trying to get the ball in and around our area here. They're really being patient with this attack, and I'm trying to rush it out as much as possible because we don't want to concede. Kolasinac, good block, and Griffiths thankfully collects. Not long left till half time now, guys. 1 minute added on, and we've certainly had the better half. And ooh, that was a crunching tackle on pass like there, and a ball should go out, and that is half time. Here we go into the second half then, guys, and Arsenal having the majority of the ball but not doing anything with it. We have had a little bit of the ball and we found the back of the net with it, so I'm hoping it will be the same story in the second half. Currently it's 2-1 on aggregate. This pass like looking to keep hold of possession here and give this to Mings. Try and send this out wide to Kolasinac. See if I can hit Aubameyang's feet with a direct ball, which I can. Aubameyang on the ball here, give it to Conor Gallagher, go back around the corner to Aubameyang. Can he come up with another good shot? An absolute screamer in the top corner by Aubameyang. We haven't seen a goal of the season yet. Is that just been it? What do you guys think? Tell me. That was an absolute belting hit from Aubameyang. The curl, the swerve on the ball. Not only does he score one goal early, he scored an early goal in the second half here, and he hit that with such venom. To be fair, the goalkeeper should have got a hand to that, but take nothing away from the hit. Quite possibly the goal of the season. Odegaard bringing the ball forward, decent pass into his teammate, back to Odegaard, out wide in midfield. Just going to try and sit and not let them in here. We've got a 2-goal cushion now, 3-1 on aggregate. I don't want to let them get the tails up and try and get back in this game, but he's give that pass away towards Kolasinac. Can we get the ball forward now? Dembele has give it away midfield on towards Odegaard. He's found a decent pass around the corner. He's going to take his time here. I thought he was going to whip it straight in, but he has took his time and he's allowed Kolasinac to get close to him. I'll call Dembele for the tackle. He's pinched it over Dembele, found a decent tackle, and Dembele has actually won the ball there, and Aubameyang, who's already on 2 goals, he's running forward in midfield here. Lost out on the ball though. I thought he'd got away there, Aubameyang, and that is a lovely slide draw pass by Odegaard. Trying to get close with pass like if I can. He gets the ball around the corner. Hurst away with the clearance. Can we get forward here? Aubameyang's made me another decent run down the line here. Here goes Aubameyang. Conor Gallagher is sprinting in the box, so is Fernandez. I'll just sit this up at the back post, and Fernandez just, it wouldn't lock onto him there, and I couldn't try and get anything on it. I'll just go back to Fernandez on this far side, whip it across in the box, looking for Aubameyang, and goes up, cleared away so far, but kept alive by Amadou. Here is Kolasinac, go for a long ranger with him, and again it's cleared away. Still again coming forward with Odegaard, seems to be at the centre of everything they're trying to do. Hurst getting tight to him in midfield, trying to get O'Reilly involved if I can. Round the corner to Odegaard, and thankfully Griffiths makes a brilliant save at the near post to keep us 2-0 in front. I will bring Miranda on actually, guys. I'm going to take Mings off and give Miranda a run out here in this game and see if he can show us what he's all about. 2-0 up, put a little bit of confidence in him. And Aubameyang is actually back doing his defensive duties here and defending at the near post. Ball does come in, decent header away by pass like it does come into the box. Hurst with the header away. Can we get forward here with Dembele? Can he take it under control? He can. Arsenal pick the ball back up with 5 minutes remaining. We are in front here. We just need to cling on to the lead that we have, and let's see if we can try and finish this game off with a 3rd goal. Fernandez did make me a run, and O'Reilly just couldn't bring it down under his feet and try and get it forward for a third, but Arsenal coming forward here, and Miranda with a clearance away there. It wasn't the best of clearances, but Dembele has picked it up. Let's get it into midfield towards Conor Gallagher. Here is Amadou, try and get Aubameyang round the corner. He's set Dembele on his way here. Dembele try and pull this back if he can, out for a corner. 2 minutes added on, guys. It looks like we are going to go through to the final of the EFL Cup. I'm going to whip this in towards Aubameyang, see if he can get a header for his hat-trick, but it's not meant to be. Amadou try and get there first. He does get there first. Amadou ping this towards Dembele. Aubameyang up for his hat-trick, but never mind. There goes the full-time whistle, guys, and Aubameyang gives us a 2-0 win at home. Here we are then, guys, back at the menu and over the moon with that. Finally, we managed to break down Arsenal properly, get a couple of goals, and it's one of their ex-players, Aubameyang, coming up with 2 goals to provide us with a route through to the final. So if we click on standings here and we go through to EFL Cup, we will see who we have in the final. Do we have Watford? Do we have was it Watford and Wolves? Who's it going to be? It is Watford in the final. It is a very, very winnable trophy, guys. As you can see on screen here, Wolves did actually beat them in the second leg, but it wasn't good enough because Watford already had a lead from the first leg and it ended up 4-3 on aggregate, as you can see with us 3-1 on aggregate. So in the final of the EFL Cup, it is us versus Watford. Let me know in the comments, guys. I'm obviously certainly going to play it anyway, but do you guys want me to play it? Let me know. I'm sure you do, because I want to play it. It's a final. We have a chance to lift a trophy in our first season in the Premier League. Leave me a comment, guys. Let me know. Moving on from that then, guys, transfer deadline day. So my plan for transfer deadline day is the only difference that I want to make to the team is if we can make the sale with Bale, I'm going to bring back Thomas into the team to obviously replace the left-back position. Obviously, Kolasinac will get the start and Thomas will be the backup. I am also very tempted to bring Tyler Wall back into the club. So those are the only 2 things that I am planning on doing. The third thing I might do is if we get enough money for Bale in the Bale deal, and we get enough money, I am still tempted to bring in Patrick Roberts, who is still on the transfer list, and I think we might just have enough money to bring him in if Bale sells. So as you can see here, almost 5 million and 58k in wages. So if we get about 2-3 million for Bale, we might be able to bring in Patrick Roberts. So if any more transfer news happens, I will let you know. Well then, I skipped forward 1 hour, guys, and this has thrown a spanner in the works. So we have had a bid for Rodriguez. Now, we transferred Rodriguez from left wing to right wing. They've offered us quite a bit for him. Now, I'm going to delegate this. Bear with me, because I know Rodriguez has been very good. Saying I can ask for 5, really. So we'll ask for 5, and then I want at least 4. So if the delegation goes through and they're willing to offer us a tiny bit more, I am going to move Rodriguez on and then bring in Patrick Roberts to replace him anyway, regardless of whether Bale sells. So bear with and we'll see what happens. More transfer news, guys, and it's the one that we were looking to move on. So Bale, we have had a bid off Bournemouth for Bale. Now obviously Bournemouth, I wouldn't say there's some sort of a rival, but obviously we had a lot of competitive games against them at Championship level. Now I think they are still at Championship level, so I'm quite happy for Bale to move on there. But obviously if I can try and get a teensy-weensy bit more money for him, and then obviously if the Rodriguez deal goes through anyway, we might be able to obviously bring in Patrick Roberts regardless. So I'm going to ask for a little bit, tiny bit more, but obviously keep it at the bid they've offered for. We have also got a bid for Fernandez. Now Fernandez is pretty much one of our key players, and it's not a big club at all. There's only a few hours left in the transfer window. It's going to be a difficult deal to get done, and I don't want to lose him, so I'm going to go ahead and reject that, guys. Another hour simulated, guys, and that's another bid for Bale. So as I said, he had some interest at the start of the season, and he's clearly getting some interest now. So the Bournemouth deal is ongoing, and I will ask for the same amount of money off AZ as well. So I think it was it 2,850? I think it was, and it's really just up to Bale now. So as soon as the money comes in, we can bring in Patrick Roberts. There we are then, guys. I think a deal for Bale has been struck at 2,450. I am quite happy to accept that, to be fair. In fact, it's still ongoing with Bournemouth, and I think they might offer something a little bit higher. But if I accept the offer, it's really up to Bale really where he wants to go. So I'll accept the offer so that the money comes in as well. And I think we've arranged a deal with Rodriguez for 4-6, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and accept that, because that's some decent money, and that will certainly bring in Patrick Roberts. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to go across to the sales. In fact, I think we'll have to wait for the sales to go through. Actually, I'm just thinking, because there's only 4 hours left, I need those sales to go through before we actually go in to buy Patrick Roberts, don't we? So what I will do is I will simulate forward, guys, just while I'm on with you, and hopefully those sales will go through now. Let's have a look. We've actually had a transfer offer for Adam as well, so let's go ahead and decline that, because Adam is going nowhere. He is definitely needed at the club, so let's go ahead and do it. We might actually run out of time and not be able to bring Patrick Roberts in here, because I don't think I'll have enough money. Has the sale been made? There we go. Rodriguez has sold. Bale has sold. We've also got an offer off Villarreal for Matt O'Reilly. Now, Villarreal, good club, fully agree, but there's not enough time in the transfer window for me for that to go through, especially with O'Reilly being, well, pretty much the heart and beat soul of our midfield. So I'm going to go ahead and reject that, because Villarreal are no higher up than what we are anyway, no bigger of a club than what we are. O'Reilly is a big part of the club. I'm going to go ahead and reject that. He's going nowhere. I think I'm confident enough to say that's as realistic as possible there. So we have the money in the bank now with 2 hours left. So let's just have a quick look at how much money. We certainly have enough money to bring in Patrick Roberts, because obviously Rodriguez has left us now. So we do need to replace him, and we should have more than enough money to bring in Patrick Roberts. So let's just go to the transfer hub, and I'm going to make this deal happen, guys. Here he is, guys. Patrick Roberts is a Hereford United player. The last 2 hours of transfer deadline day, we managed to get it done. I sat down with Pep. I offered him a straight 5. He came back at 6-2. I offered him 5,850. He accepted, not a problem. The wages were a little bit higher. I went into it. He asked for rotation, so I was like, sure, I'll give you rotation, not a problem. And then we went down to the wages. He actually asked for, I think it was 55 and a signing on bonus. So I removed the signing on bonus, offered him 60, and he accepted. So a little bit expensive, but I think he will have a major part and be very influential off the bench, or if Fernandez is too tired, Patrick Roberts is a great replacement to bring on for him. So Patrick Roberts, welcome to Hereford United. Right then, guys, let's get the transfer deadline day all cleared up, down to the last hour, simulating forward. Let's get it cleared up. I'll show you the biggest deals of the window. We've actually, I'm going to say, have we had one after the window though? We haven't. It's just Lock. What's Lock saying? What do you want, Lock? What are you after? I know eventually. Yep, don't worry about it, pal. So I also need to recall, what's this? Aston Villa have offered me their job. Okay, that's an interesting one, guys. I was like, what's this? Aston Villa have offered me their job. Well, no thank you, Aston Villa. I know you've got our player, but cheers. I'm not in the market for a new job. Hereford United is our home. So let's go across, guys, and do the biggest deals of the window, and then I need to recall Thomas as we moved on Bale to replace that position, and I might just recall Tyler Wall as well. So Dybala we already knew about, start of the season. I think a lot of these are the start of the season. I don't think this one was. I think Ndombele to Juventus is a brand new one, guys. £88.1 million. Anthony was one from before. These look like all transfers from before. We knew about Jude Bellingham, we knew about Fabinho, we knew about Joe Gomez. That's a new one. Richarlison going to Inter Milan. That's certainly a new signing there. £69.1 million. We knew about Greenwood, we knew about Phillips, we knew about Rodrigo. I think most of these guys we knew about. Jack Grealish, I think most of them. Darwin Núñez, who we were looking at, has moved to Manchester City for £58.2 million, guys, so that's him off the market now. We knew about Souček move. Don't think there's any others. Oh, there, Calvert-Lewin has moved to Atletico Madrid, guys. £51 million if you like. Calvert-Lewin moving to the Spanish league. Any others that we recognise? I think that's about it for your roundup there, guys. Not many transfers, to be honest. Not many big deals, but a window certainly for us positive. So while I am on with you guys now, I am going to recall Thomas from his loan spell. Not going to cost us much at all. So Thomas is now back, and I am also going to recall Tyler Wall from his loan spell. So again, didn't cost us much. So we have a few players back at the club. We've got Patrick Roberts new into the club, and let's move forward to the next game. So I'll just delete these two messages because we know we just recalled them, and let's have a look who we had next. It was the Arsenal sim game next, I think. So I'll change the side around, guys, and then I'll simulate that game. Starting 11, all swap round in, guys, against Arsenal. Obviously, we should have played this one, but we played them in the EFL Cup instead, through to the final, yes. So, Kirk Wilson up top, Best gets the start on the left, Patrick Roberts gets his debut start on the right-hand side, Wall just recalled him, straight back into the team, Adam and Doyle in centre defensive midfield, Thomas straight back into the team, being recalled from his loan, Mings and Miranda at centre-back, Locke in the right-back position, and I've put O'Neill in just to give him some experience. I'm not expecting to win this. We've got our weaker side out. We did beat them in the AFL Cup, so I'm not expecting to get a result. If we do, it's ended up a draw. 3-3, what a game. Locke scored first 13 minutes. Odegaard scored 27 minutes to put it 1-1. Odegaard scored again to make it 2-1. Locke scores again to make it 2-2. Kirk Wilson scores to make it 3-2. And then they get an equaliser in the 81st minute to make it 3-3. That would have been a game to watch. So, we get a point at home to Arsenal in the Premier League. Let's just have a look where we are in the Premier League now. We are up into 8th. So after the simulated game that we won against Leeds in the last episode and the others and another point, we're up into 8th now. Let's have a look here. What's this talking about? Some new youngsters. No, thank you. He's not too bad. We'll give him another month and have a look at him. No, he's not going to cut the bread. He's certainly not going to cut the bread. Nope. And we'll leave him for another month. So, guys, moving on to the next played game of the episode. What I might do, I've just clicked on other leagues by accident, across to calendar, thank you. What I might do is, because this has dragged on a little bit long with all the transfer stuff, I will play the West Ham game and I might simulate the Southampton game, or should I simulate the West Ham game and play the Southampton game? I might do it that way, and then who have we got in the next episode? We then have Watford in the final. Yeah, we'll do it that way, guys. I will simulate West Ham, and then I will play the Southampton game, because I don't want to drag this episode on too long for you. If I do another game and then another game, it's just going to drag this episode out too long. So I'll simulate forward to the West Ham game, we'll simulate that, and then we'll play Southampton. Simulated forward to the next game, guys, and I've just got an email. Leon Morley has had interest off Barcelona, 151 million. So yeah, I think Leon Morley will be joining Barcelona. Here we are then, guys, West Ham at the simulation. I know I should have played it, but like I said, I don't want to drag these episodes on too long, and obviously make you guys sit there for half an hour, 40 minutes watching all the highlights. So we'll simulate this game. As you can see, I've changed the side again because they got a result against Arsenal, so they should be able to get a result against West Ham. Best on the left hand side, Kirk Wilson up top, Fernandes keeps on the right hand side as Patrick Roberts is still tired, Wall in the cam position, Adam and Doyle in midfield, Thomas, Mings, Hurst, Locke in defence, and O'Neill in goal again. So because we got a draw against Arsenal, I'm quite happy to simulate this one, and we get another draw. So Fernandes scores early to put us in front, they get an equaliser towards the end of the game, and we get another point. So I'm quite happy with the way that things are going here. Even in the simulated games with our lower strength side, we are still getting results, and we currently sit 9th place now on 37 points. So if I can win the next game against Southampton, we are certainly going to be in and around mid-table, even touching maybe on a European spot. So let's simulate forward, and I'll see you in the Southampton game. Here we are then, guys, in the last played game of the episode. Again, apologies there wasn't 3 played games in today's episode, but I'm sure you understand with all the transfer business, we've had to get it done. So I think we had quite a good transfer window, so let me know in the comments, guys, what you think. And as well, I have given Patrick Roberts the start today to see what he's all about, because obviously we haven't used him yet, so I want to see what he's all about. But we are away at Southampton. If we can get 3 points here, we might be looking to drag towards the top end of the table. So really happy with the way things are going. But as you can see here, Aubameyang might be 35-year-old, but he is still banging them in. So as far as I'm concerned, he can stay in that striker position for me, as we have Kirk Wilson for a backup as well, and he has started to score in these games as well. So we're looking really good at the minute. I'm hoping we can give Southampton a really good run in this away game. So we'll wait for the lineups to come up. We'll get straight into the football. Here we are then, guys, Southampton's lineup. See if they've still got any of the original Southampton players. None in the back line. Dan James on one of their far side and Pablo Fornells on the other side. Don't recognise either of the strikers, but looks like they have a decent lineup, so I'm not going to underestimate them as we line up today. Griffiths in goal, Paslak, Hurst, Mings and Kolasinac in defence positions, O'Reilly, Gallagher and Amadou in midfield, and Patrick Roberts, Aubameyang and Dembele up top. Really curious to see what Patrick Roberts is all about, guys. Obviously a cheap deal that we brought in, but just as good as Fernandes. So let's get straight into the football and find out what's going to happen. Southampton, decent possession in midfield so far, and trying to find the gaps in and around our midfield. He did find a gap there and passed it straight through to the striker. It's gone forward. He's keeping all the possession. They're not rushing it. I'm just trying to watch him closely with Tyrone Mings. That's a lovely chip through ball, and they've got an early goal. You've got to say that was a really good chip through ball to put Pablo Fornells through, and he makes no mistake. Paslak just wasn't watching. He tried to push over to try and help out defend. That created the gap. He pings Fornells in over the top, and how about that for a very sweet strike straight in the bottom corner. 1-0 to Southampton. Again, Southampton continuing their pressure here, and that's another good lofted through ball. I'm going to try and guard the man in the middle with Hurst, Kolasinac going over, getting the tackle in, and they have themselves a corner. Won't lie to you guys, it's all been Southampton. They've got an early goal. There's Pablo Fornells' finish again, but they've been on top, they've got a goal, they've had all the ball, and we haven't done anything just yet. So we'll see where this corner goes. They are trying to work it into the box, and Patrick Roberts gets a good tackle in there and tried to get rid of it, but couldn't find a white shirt. We do get rid of it now with Amadou. I'm going to try and switch it across the other side, because Patrick Roberts is making me a run. If he can get that to him, O'Reilly, and Patrick Roberts unfortunately just drifted offside. Almost half time here, guys, and again Southampton running into our box trying to make things happen, and Tyrone Mings comes up with a really good tackle. Can we try and get forward before half time and get an equaliser? No, we can't, because there's the half time whistle. Into the second half we go, guys, and Southampton having it all their own way. They've had all the ball, they've had all the chances, and we haven't really tested them at all. I'm hoping in this second half we can be a lot better on the ball. There's Paslak, give that towards Tyrone Mings, just trying to send this down the line towards Kolasinac, who's in space. He does his man really well. Conor Gallagher trying to find Dembele. Much better movement from the lads in the second half here towards the back post. O'Reilly was coming in, but into the keeper's gloves. Southampton have themselves a throw here just inside our half, playing the ball decently, and we are struggling to break them down and try and get a goal scoring opportunity. We've been a little bit better in the start of the second half, but we need to be much better. Here's Amadou in towards Conor Gallagher. Here's O'Reilly. Try and use Patrick Roberts if I can, and that wasn't a good pass at all from O'Reilly. Gives away possession, and Southampton come straight back at us. They've done the same thing all game, and it's a nice dink ball over towards Dan James. Can Kolasinac deal with him. He can't, gets it round the corner back towards Dan James. He's going to look for the striker in the middle. Paslak with a brilliant interception. Here is Patrick Roberts, try and put that in towards Conor Gallagher. Again, we can't find that pass to get forward. Every time we go forward, Southampton come straight back at us. Can Hurst get a tackle in here, or Tyrone Mings, one of them, and it's out for a corner. If we're going to get anything in this game, I think it's going to have to be a change. I'll bring Patrick Roberts off and put Fernandez on, see if that makes an impact change. We'll swing this corner in here. We need to get rid of this. O'Reilly gets up with a decent header, and Southampton continue their attack here. O'Reilly trying to win the ball, bringing it into the box again here, and Tyrone Mings needs to get rid of this. We do get rid of it, but again it comes straight back at us. But Aubameyang has got the ball here onto Conor Gallagher. Is this the moment? Try and get forward again, shut down, and the ball comes straight back at us. We are just not doing what we need to be doing in this second half. That's a wonderful ball down the line by the Southampton man, in, and that should have been a second. There's O'Reilly. Not long left in this game now, guys. If we are going to get an equaliser, we need to do it soon. We have a throw on the near side here into O'Reilly. Conor Gallagher on towards Amadou. Try and get this forward towards Kolasinac. See if I can get it in towards Dembele. Try and find Aubameyang. Conor Gallagher has made a run into the box, and Aubameyang just couldn't find his feet. If he'd have found his feet there, Conor Gallagher was in, and I'd like to say he'd have probably scored there, but it doesn't look like it's meant to be, guys, and it's a 1-0 defeat away at Southampton. Back at the menu then, guys, and just not a great performance. We were really struggling to find the goal in the final third. We could get forward to the front, we just couldn't seem to find the final finish, and as you saw, Pablo Fornells scored an early goal. They just kept pressuring us the entire game. Every time we got it out, they come straight back at us, and they thoroughly deserve their win. So as you can see here, the final in the next episode, guys, don't miss out on that. We have the EFL Cup final against Watford in the next episode. As far as the Premier League goes, let's have a look where we are. We are sat nice and pretty in 10th place. We said we wanted to finish mid-table. That's exactly where we are. Let's have a look who's at the bottom. Burnley, Fulham and Brighton still in the relegation battle. And at the top of the table, City, Liverpool. City and Liverpool really the only two in it now. Chelsea too far out of the title race. But as far as we are concerned, we are nice and happy in 10th place. We are in front of West Ham, we're in front of Arsenal, in front of Leeds and Southampton, really. We should have beaten them, but they were the better team on the day. So thank you very much for showing your support on the Hereford United career, guys. Drop me a comment about the new signing, Patrick Roberts or Miranda. Give me your thoughts. What did you think? Did we have a decent transfer window? Anything you want to get involved in? And obviously, we are going to play the final. Let me know in the comments, guys. And thank you very much for watching. Drop that thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button. I'll see you in the next episode. It's been Dan Alaz 1989. Love you, bye.